So in today's video, I'm going to be unboxing, setting up, and doing a quick review of the Edelkrone Flextilt Head 2. Now Edelkrone was kind enough to send me this review unit along with the all-new Slider 1 Pro, and I'll be testing this Flextilt Head with the Slider 1 Pro in a separate review, so please stay tuned for that. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to stay tuned for that review as well. So let's slice open the plastic packaging and then peel it off. Okay, let's see what's inside. The first thing you'll see is the Flextilt Head itself, and it's packaged in some foam packaging. I'm going to put that aside for now. And next you have the user manual, 2 Allen keys to adjust the Flextilt Head inside this packet, and last but not least, 2 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch adapters. Please make sure to keep these in a safe place. They're very important. Let's take a quick look at the tilt head itself. It seems to be pretty solidly built. It's machined out of aluminum. Definitely very professional construction. It has a level on top, which is really helpful. To begin opening it up, pull on the front and it starts to open up, and then flip it around and pull up on this side till it opens up completely. And as you can probably tell, there's this constant resistance on the Flextilt Head, and which is what makes it very unique. It doesn't have any control knobs or adjustments. It's this constant tension that keeps things in the exact location that you want it to be. Now it mounts to a tripod or any other mount using the 3/8 inch female thread on the bottom. Now I'm sure you remember these adapters, which I said are very important. They insert into the bottom like this. Just spin them a bit. You could use a screwdriver to tighten it up if you like. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to mount the head to any support system that has a 1/4 20 tripod thread. And to mount a camera to it, we're going to use the 1/4 20 male thread on top. And all you have to do is line up the thread and then turn this knob, which is on the bottom of the Flextilt slider, turn it counterclockwise till the camera begins to lock into place, and keep turning it till it's snug, and make sure your camera is angled exactly how you want it before you tighten this knob up. The Flextilt Head's camera mount also has slots milled in, so you can actually loosen up the thumb screw and reposition the camera along the slot, and also change its horizontal positioning, which is really useful. And if you don't plan to unscrew your camera each time from the Flextilt Head, I recommend getting Edelkrone's Quick Release 1, and that'll help you quickly release your camera from the Flextilt Head. In fact, it'll help you release the camera from almost any 1/4 20 tripod mount, and I have to say it's definitely worth the $100 investment. Now the Flextilt Head 2, as you can see here, can be positioned in several different unique positions, and this is really helpful to get some very creative shots. And as I mentioned, I will be testing it with the Slider 1 Pro, and you should be able to see what kind of creative shots you can get with the Flextilt Head 2 mounted on the Slider 1 Pro. So stay tuned for that review. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to stay tuned for that Slider 1 Pro review. It also has this built-in smooth pan mechanism with angle markings for very precise pans. The mechanism is smooth, but definitely not as smooth as a fluid head. It'll definitely work in a pinch. And I have to say, from the testing that I've put it through, the Flextilt Head 2 is actually pretty solidly built. It's very well machined, and the resistance holds up very well, and it's definitely a professional grade product. Now, as you've also probably figured out by now, the Flextilt Head 2 can also be used all on its own on a flat surface without mounting it to a tripod or any other kind of mount. However, I did notice that it'll work with most angles, but any angle where the camera is pushed too far forward, the Flextilt Head 2 has a tendency to tip over. So that's something to keep in mind when using it in this orientation. And using the second provided adapter, you can actually screw that adapter onto your regular 1/4 20 camera mount on the Flextilt Head. And then you can mount something like a fluid head onto your Flextilt Head, and this gives you an added degree of flexibility and movement. So you can actually use your Flextilt Head and your fluid head in combination. So one thing to pay attention to is the combined weight of the fluid head and your camera. Make sure that the combined weight does not exceed 5.5 pounds, which is the rated weight of your Flextilt Head. So my overall thoughts about the Edelkrone Flextilt Head 2. I really have to say, for $150, it's definitely well worth the investment. It's a professional grade product that's very well built, is extremely versatile, has a really useful built-in pan mechanism, and most importantly can position your camera in extremely creative and innovative positions. I definitely recommend the Edelkrone Flextilt Head too. If you're looking to buy one, I'll leave a link right below this video, so feel free to check that out. And as I mentioned, I will be testing it with the new Slider 1 Pro, so you'll also get a chance to see what kind of creative shots you can get when used with the Slider 1 Pro. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to stay tuned for the Slider 1 Pro review. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.